Hey, y'all. Okay, look, it done took it off, didn't it? Yes, it did. Let's try it again. Boom. All right, we back. We in this thing. All right, real quick, we'll go ahead and jump into it and see what happened last week, man. Last week, it was a lot of beautiful moves in the market. I have so much money out there in May. Hopefully, you guys took advantage per our last week's Sunday call plans that took place. So here is kind of a little markup of what we discussed last week. Last week, the market was here. We was looking for the market to pull back to the support area and find support and push for higher highs as that would carry on with the current trend. However, due to the fundamental news that's coming out and us getting closer to the time that there has been rumors about them hiking up the interest rate on the dollar, because of inflation to make our dollar stronger, we have been anticipating a pullback for the dollar to be able to set up to do that move once that takes place sometime in June. I believe it was around like middle June that they said they were getting ready to hike up the interest rates. There's even more news circulating around about them kind of going OD with the interest rates, which a lot of us are going to feel it. Mortgages and stuff are going to increase. It's going to be pretty nasty, but they're going to have to do something to kind of hedge against this inflation. We might feel it just a little bit, y'all. So in preps for that, we're anticipating this dollar to at least pull back a little bit here, somewhere up in this zone. Here's what we was looking for last week. The first plan A was for it to pull back here and push up, but if that did not take place, our plan B came into effect here once price broke these lows and it came back and found some rejection in this area here, and then it pushed down to these lows, right? So every time we got this pullback, we were able to find some longs in the market, some pretty good longing opportunities in the market for the pairs we trade, like with the EUs, the AUs, and the GUs, and all those good babies. Typically, they work the opposite of what the dollar is doing, being that the dollar is the quote pair, the quote inside of the pair. So it moves in the opposite way. So let's check out what happened with GU according to plan B. All right. So being that the overall market is bearish, meaning everything is falling down, it would be ideal to go down with it. We identified a key area of interest for a sell-off point. And then up until then, where we were last week, price was down here, creating higher highs and higher lows. We decided to go ahead and catch this bottom. We decided to go ahead and catch that bottom and run up for run up to some higher highs, at least running all the way back up to the sell-off area and determining what we're going to do here at this particular point. All right, so it looks like everything did go in order here. So we ran up to this area of interest and actually sold off from this area of interest. So both sides, if you were the one who wanted to, let's say, wait until we got up here and just take your sell, you could have took your opportunity like that. If you were the one who wanted to get in at the bottom, ride this baby up to our overall area and then sell off, you had plenty of opportunity on both sides to do so. So this is where price is currently. Okay, so we're gonna jump back into that in a second. But overall, from last week, our plan, we had our plan A for this because it was at a low. Our plan A was to ride it up to the sell-off, and that took place and hit target for us. Cool. All right, so that was our GU, our EU. Let's look and see what's going on here. Same thing for EU. We were at lows last week. We were anticipating that dollar to fall. So our plan A was to at least buy up from this floor back up to here, and we were going to watch it and see how price handled this area. But we did speak on if price broke above this area and came back and sat on top, that would be your entry to ride it up to these highs. And currently that's playing out right now, looking really well. Gave you those entry points, exactly what we were looking at. So all is well with that. So let's go ahead. Now that we see how everything planned out, hopefully you guys were able to take those opportunities. On Thursday, it was beautiful on Thursday. It was beautiful on Tuesday for those setups for us. So hopefully you guys were able to capitalize on that. All right, so we can go back to the DXY, and I am just going to remove some of these things from last week, and we'll get to it for this week. See what we got, see what we have available for us. All right, y'all. Who was able to make some money off these moves last week? Drop it in the chat if you was able to capitalize on some of these moves. Some beautiful money-making opportunities last week. I'm making some moolah. Okay. All right. I don't want to remove everything, just some of the stuff. Gosh darn it. Let's see. Move this out my way. Move this out my way. Okay, boom, there we go. All right, I'm gonna take all this stuff off so we can see a little bit. Y'all make us a new game plan. Same thing every week. All right, you just simply go into the markets and see what is given, right? We're not trying to get too far ahead of the game and predict anything. We're just flowing with it and giving us a game plan so we know how to execute and attack it very simply. See, you got a little buying action off the EU. Oh yeah, that was some nice situations as the plan B was taken out. So now that we have our break here on the dollar, overall, we're just following this dollar. So I'm just going to anticipate that, okay, we're going to anticipate this to continue doing what it's doing now, which is creating lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, let it pull back and set up, creating a lower low somewhere up in here, right? Give us some rejection up in here, and then we'll be able to ride that down to the lower lows, something like this, right? So that would be my plan A. I'm gonna go ahead and let's see here. That's what I'm looking at for plan A. And that's just following current price action. Where's the look? There it is right there. Boom. So I'm gonna mark this, y'all, as plan A. Y'all following me for this week? What we looking at here with this dollar? So we're looking for this for plan A to continue on down this way, at least giving us a discount before they hike up those interest rates and make this thing stronger. At least let it kind of bounce back before it starts pushing up for higher highs, right? So that's overall the ideal behind this. That's our plan A. That's what we're looking for. But let's make a plan B so we'll be prepared. All right. So for plan B, I would like to see price could push back up here and find support on this last area where price was supported before. And if that happens, it'll go ahead and push up for higher highs like that. All right, so that is what I would look out for. When price is up here at this area, right here, if price gets back up to this area and starts giving you rejection, you can probably find you some long opportunities in the market. But then just be mindful until it is completely broken this last little structure here, right? That'll be nice. Once that completely breaks, then we're good. That baby is going to be running down to the next step, which is down here somewhere. So those are going to be some really dope long opportunities for us in the market. But plan B, let me call that out real quick. Just here. All right. I want to make sure y'all can clearly see this. Oh, give me the thing. Can we move it? All right. Y'all follow me? Y'all seeing this plan for this DXY, using it for a major confluence and what you're trading out there? 777. Simply put, we know the plan. We know what we're going in for. Again, higher probability is to flow with what's already happening. Plan A. All right, wait till that baby set up. So ideally it's Sunday. So we don't want to get too locked in on the buyers, but Sunday, if it sets up, meaning tonight, if we're getting some push up action up into here tomorrow, start looking for that rejection to take place and look for your buying opportunities in the market on our pairs, right? Y'all following me? We got it. 777, we good. All right, let's check it out. Let's check it out and see what this is doing then. All right, GU, we already broke this down. All right, we already broke this down. We was looking at, and again, you had opportunities in the market on Thursday. You could have caught your second entry on Thursday. This is a classic setup of what we talk about. I don't know. Let me see if I want to get this out to y'all real quick, but pay attention. I'm gonna say it real quick. All right. So the top of the market usually sets up for you. What the top of the week usually sets up for you, right? And then you can always catch a ride, usually Monday morning, Tuesday. And that's what happened here, right? And then we know Wednesdays, we always get that little pullback retracement, start looking for that second position to ride out that last week. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. But let's get back to the show. Let's get back to it. Go ahead and remove this. All right, y'all just got to be patient out here in these streets with these charts, man. They do the same move over and over and over. Ain't nothing new under the sun. All you need is patience. Wait for it. Plan it, see it, mark it, wait for it, and attack it. All right. All right, let's see here. All right, all right, all right. All right, so even still in a bearish, overall bearish market. This is a 4-hour time frame. What we're looking at here, we can see far back that price has just been traveling down, down, down for a while. But we hit some floors. Let me pull it back up. Here we are. We hit some floors here last week. Very classic price action that took place, man. Some beautiful moves. But here overall, we're back up here to the selling area. Because it is an overall selling market, you can look for sales. That's not a bad idea. However, anticipating that the dollar still has some pullback in it, what we could potentially see is tonight. Let me move this off. Okay, I'm gonna get this off. Boom. Get it. Take it, take it, take it. All right, our plan B, our plan A would be, let's see here, for price to, let's see, do something like this, and we can come back and catch it somewhere here and continue to push for those highs, right? So that would be our plan A. That would be in, this would be in correlation with the dollar. Okay. Moving for these highs. These are the highs up here. All right, so this could be our plan field. If the dollar does decide to continue to fall, continue to get that bigger discount before they make it stronger again, right? Then this is the kind of action we could potentially be looking at, potentially get up here somewhere before price sells off again, ideally. So this will be my plan A. I would love to see two things happen at the top of this week in order for this to take place. And those two things would be, I would like for it to go ahead and push and make that higher high, then come back and set for that low, but not making a lower low, just set and test some of these lows inside of this minor structure and have price breaking down from this area here. No lower than here is where I would love to see price starts to break down at. And then from there, shoot for those higher highs. All right, that'll be a better discount for me on where current price is. 777 in the chat if y'all following these analogies. Let us know. Let us know. 777 if you're with me. All right, cool. All right, y'all following along, man. I know we're gonna kill it this week out in the markets. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark up our plan B. Plan B, our plan A is to buy it if the dollar continues to drop, but if the dollar does drop a little bit and start finding support and going back up, then we're going to be selling this. We're at our overall sell-off area. So in theory, what I would like to see for this to sell is for it to go ahead and extendo and make that higher high, get up to this area of resistance, price starts breaking down here. All right, once it starts breaking down here, that would be our ideal entry to run back down to these lows from here, like so. All right, y'all follow me with that for the plan B. Plan B on the GU. All right. That's pretty much what we would look at for that. All right, so there's our plan A. Plan B, remember, we don't want to get predictive and we're not trying to predict the future. We're just simply flowing with the market. Whatever it's given is what it's given. We're going to respect that and just find a nice entry to be able to be in alignment with what already is happening, right? We're not trying to change the course. We're not praying that it turn around and do any of that. Nope. We're trading presently in the moment. We have a plan A and a plan B. We're just simply gonna trade what we see and keep it moving. Keep it moving, y'all. So this is the game plan exactly as we saw it on the dollar, according to what the dollar does, how we set up. So this week, if we set up here, all right, if we set up here today, tomorrow, and can start giving rejection, price starts breaking down, it's overall a seller's market, go ahead and take that joint. All right, take it from the high. That's the whole concept of trading in any asset class. You're finding price when it's at a low so that you can buy it up. And then you're finding price when it's at a high so you can sell it down. And so that's what we work with. All right, so stay in alignment with that natural, normal concept, and you guys will be fine. All right, 777, if y'all got this, and we can move on to EU. And the chat, y'all following me? Let's see. All right. Come on now. Come on, lovelies. Let's go. All right, here's our EU. Yes. All right, Sharika. I got this. I'm making some money this week. Gosh darn it. What's the play, coach? All right. So I'm going to remove this stuff from last week. Boom. All right. So overall, this is a seller's market. I'm not going to take off too much here. I'll mark it up on another chart just so you can see a fresh markup. And you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Just do a fresh markup with y'all. All right. Fresh markup. We do a brand new TDA starting from a higher time frame. A higher time frame is always going to be the most solid information. The smaller the time frame, the more frequently changing of the information. So it's a little less solid for you to be able to plan on efficiently, right? So it's a little better to look a little higher on a higher time frame to see exactly what price is. That way that you can drop to the lower time frames to make a plan to be able to execute. So most of our styles that are on here is intraday or scalp trading. So the highest time frame we would ideally look at would be the 4 hour to the daily max. So this is what we're on for EU pair. All right, we're on the daily, and we're simply drawing a trend and also getting a price channel. Price likes to respect that channel, so we can clearly see that we are at a low. If we look left to get right, when we look left, we can identify here we had price was once supported here and price just broke the support level, right? So we can anticipate it to at least go ahead and continue back up into this area here before it decides what further move that it might wants to do. So we'll just be prepared for that. So I'm going to go ahead and draw like an inner trend here as well, just to isolate that a little bit more, see where we are for the overall. All right. I'm going to drop down to the 4 hour now. We have our overall trend trending down. We have our floor. Okay. We have our floor. And we have a nice little ceiling up here. All right. So overall, where price is as far as the inner trend goes, this is what we have right now. So let's see. So this is where we are right now overall with price. So being that this is an overall selling market, again, the idea would be looking for opportunities for you to go down and sell with it. It is currently at a low. We don't sell at a low. So you would want to ideally find a higher low to potentially sell from, well, no, a lower high to potentially sell from. Sorry about that. So from the high to the low here, our normal area of interest would be somewhere up here for a sell-off area. All right. That would be a nice discount, right? if the overall picture was to, let's see, we had this low, a higher low, lower low, higher low, lower low, right? This could be a higher low. This could come back down to a lower low, or it could go ahead and push up to these highs. And then, oh crap. And then push down like so. It could do that, right? If we can see price doing that overall, we just want to be prepared for it. Or it could, because we're at a flow. Once it comes from here, let's see, because it's already making higher highs and higher lows. Price could come up here, push up here, and come back and completely push up here, find support, and keep pushing up towards those highs like that, right? But because it is a seller's market, overall, you do want to keep in mind where it can sell off from, where is a good ideal place, good discount for it to sell off from. So that's why we're marking it up like that. I'm going to take this off. And I am going to mark here so y'all can see a little clearer. All right. So potential selling area. Potential sell-off area. Somewhere up in here. So we'll watch how price handles this particular area overall. But where it is right now, this would be ideally plan A. Again, if the dollar continues to fall, then we're going to get some action like this taking place for us, all the way at least back up to this area. So we'll watch that. And then plan B would be the same. Go ahead and push up and extend them at the higher high at this area, this level of resistance here. And then price starts breaking down for us, pushing back down to these lows. All right, that could possibly happen. This is a sell territory, so we'll just look out and see how price is handling these highs in this area. If it starts giving us a bunch of wicks and rejection, y'all go ahead and take your money to the downside. All right, I'm going to mark this up. We have our plan A. And if your plan A, if you want to get in with the buy, then I'll tell you what you're looking for your buy. Right now, it is pretty much running up for a high. Once we're at this high, right, we'd never buy at a high. That's sell territory. So once it's up, you let it set up, let it pull back and start giving you a little rejection, creating a lower high. Then once you have that lower high created, then you can start looking for an opportunity to get in for your buy to run up for the higher highs, right? So again, a lot of waiting is what you're hearing me say. A paid trader is a patient trader. You let the market show itself and set up before you jump in and execute with it, right? You don't want to be jumping out there trying to be predictive and get caught up out there, right? That'll never be fun. Mark this out. Plan B. Plan A, plan B, trade what you see, y'all. Be active, be present in the market. And just jump in with it and flow with it. All right, so y'all got the idea overall for EU. Those trading EU. Bring this down just a little bit. Y'all following the game plan? Y'all got me? We here? We know what we're looking at? Very simple. Yep. Keep it simple, y'all. Keep it simple. Let these charts show y'all what they want to do, and then you find your spot to get in with it. Very simply put. All right, so that's GU and EU. Let's see. I believe we looked at EJ last week. Go take a look at EJ. All right. Is that EJ? I believe it was EJ. All right, so here's EJ overall. EJ overall, just like AJ, GJ, NJ, all those other pairs that correlate with it, they all have been mighty freaking bullish. So it's been an overall bullish market overall until about here. We caught this sell here the week before. Once it came back, we were looking for it to push back into this general area to catch the sell again last week. Caught some selling opportunity there. Now, since it is an overall bullish territory, it's nice to start looking for opportunities to go up with it when it does go up. But since it is currently selling, you can just simply look for those good discounted areas on price for you to find an actual place to get in for a buy. So depending on how this thing works here, this was our last high. We could potentially see this set up like this, creating, coming back up and test these highs from here. Price could start to break down and run back down here and test these lows. All right. Could do something like that. And it could also break past this and create a lower low. That'll give a deeper discount, which for this particular pair, that would be ideal. An ideal entry for the discount on price to take it up to the upside, right? So I would be more so wanting something like this to take place just to give me a deeper discount for the buy if I want to buy this price, right? With where it is right now within structure, that's how we're looking at that. But overall, we're just going to flow. So if it does not do that, let's see, it could decide to set up. This is Sunday setup, so just let the markets go ahead and do what it's going to do, right? It could go ahead and set up down here, creating that lower low, and price could start to buy up from here. All right, so we'll see how price wants to handle it. But there's a couple options that could happen here. If we set up like this tonight and then starts to break down, once it breaks these lows and come back, you guys will be able to catch an entry somewhere around here to ride it down to these lows if it decides to do that. So again, it just depends on how we set up for the week. Huh? What was that? Uh-oh, thought I heard something. All right. So depending on how this sets up is how we're going to take it. Since it is kind of sort of settling right here in the middle, definitely allow it to set up and show you. Either let it run up for these highs or run up for the lows before you try to plot on execution with it. That's the best thing we can do for this. Allow it to set up. Remember, Sundays is a setup day. So let the markets clean up everything from last week and set up for this week. All right. You just mark it up and check out where you can potentially catch some rides and opportunities and flow with it. All right. All right, lovelies. I think that's 3 pairs. I'll let you guys throw out a pair inside of the chat. If there's one in particular you want me to check out for you, throw it in the chat for me and I'll go check it out. See what we got. See what we got for y'all. Look at that. Last week we was looking at NAS 100 US 30. Take the same analogy to these boys too. We can check out what happened last week based off what we said here. We was looking for an overall sell-off zone. This was our sell-off zone. So our plan A here was having price pushing up to this area and then falling off down to these lows. That's pretty much what we got. That's what took place here. So that's super sweet. So we got our plan A that sold off. We had our plan B down here. Price wanted to give that a little deeper retracement for us to buy from. That's what ideally what we would have been looking for to execute on. So hopefully you guys did execute on those nice, lovely meltdowns last week. That was very beautiful. Very beautiful. Let's see. And we are at the floor again here. Let me remove not everything, just some things. Yeah, just remove some things. All right, again, this market has been melting for a while and it usually does not melt this much, but let's see what the discount is. Here's our general area we were looking for a nice buying opportunity here. We are starting to get a little bit buying there. So my plan A would definitely be to at least push up to this trend line, but ultimately break it and come back and find support and roll back up to those highs. That would be ideal. That would be ideal. Just drop down on a smaller time frame and see how we could jump off into flow with that. All right. So I'm ordered. All right, I'm gonna move this zone to the zone right here. All right. So this was the last low. Price came back, touched that low again. Looked like we did just a little bit of rundown right here. This could have just been a liquidity run, honestly, because it went down and it didn't even stay down or anything like that. Just kind of popped those stops for anybody that got in down here at this double bottom, right? So once it popped those stops there, it could be getting ready to make a really nice move to the upside. So I would definitely be looking forward to that. But overall, it is still in sales territory. So be mindful of that until it officially starts doing what buying, showing what buying is supposed to show, which is making higher highs and higher lows, right? So break that last level of structure there, come back and sit on top, right? And start running for higher highs and then come back and sit on top, boom, right? That's what we wanted to see in order to maintain, to continue taking those long opportunities with it, for sure. So just be mindful of that. Let price go ahead and set up. It could go ahead and get that impulse move done today, and then be setting back tomorrow on top of structure here. And if you catch that, you might be able to catch your ride to a higher high, and that's some lovely pictures there on eyes. All right, so y'all just wait for that to set up. All right, I'm just going to mark this here as plan A. Plan A for the buy. All right, and for plan B, price could do the same thing here. It could set up back up into this area and find rejection and then start falling from here. All right, so that could take place. So I would definitely really pay attention to how it handles this area, this last little zone right here. This last little here, let me put a little thing on it so you can see it. All right. I would definitely like to see how it handles this area. All right, so if it comes back here and start falling again, you might take it back down to these lows, or it might even have enough strength to push for a lower low. Not much lower, but a little lower. All right, that's still some great pips. We know here on Nas, you catch a candle or two, and that's a lot, right? Hundreds of pips. So don't take much on this particular pair. Shouldn't be trading this pair unless you got a couple $1,000s in your account and trade it with a micro lot size. Be safe. But yeah, so that's how I would definitely be looking to see how it handles this zone here, especially not necessarily creating a significant lower low for me. This just isn't it. I'm also seeing a little bit of a divergence, price kind of diverting down there. So I would definitely be looking more so for that buying opportunity. Go ahead and show itself that it wants to buy. And then when it pulls back, give me that entry to go up with it. So yeah, I'll wait for this setup on how it takes place. But overall, this was ideally somewhere your entry here for your plan A for the buy. And then I'm just going to put plan B down here. All right, y'all. So was there anything else? Nope, nothing else in the chat. All right, lovelies. Y'all got any questions about any of the pairs that we went over, any of the ideologies used, why we're doing what we're doing? Now will be the time for you can unmute yourself and ask, or you can drop it in the chat for me. Let me know. Again, I'm gonna go back to the dollars so you guys have the plan. All right. Plan A is to roll with the trend. We're currently moving lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Let price set up for a lower high so we can run it down to a lower low. That's what we're looking to happen. That's what we pretty much need to happen before the dollar gets stronger again, right? We needed to come back and get some strength. It's just been bullish for like 6 to 7 weeks or so, I believe. Like, it's just been going like crazy, right? So ideally, let it come back. Here's our overall trend. So I know we're targeting here, but shoot, if that thing comes all the way back down here, that would be beautiful for us before it takes back up to a higher high. All right, so this will give us a lot of buying action on the flip side. So just take a peek. Let's ride it out. See what happens. But I'm definitely seeing it come somewhere down up in here, doing something like that. All right, going up these stairs, coming back down these stairs, consolidating a little bit, ranging out, and then off to the masses. All right, that's what I'm seeing for the future. But I'm not a psychic. All right, y'all. So y'all got y'all's plan A, plan B. I know what we're looking for. Y'all know how we executing. Y'all good? All blues all week. All right. Anybody got any questions right now? Need any help with anything? Oh, you're welcome, Ashley. Any particular chart you want reviewed? Any questions you might have? Nope. Everybody's lovely. All right, y'all. Well, it's Sunday setups. Let the markets do what it do. We have an idea of how we're going to execute this week. So we're going to let the markets go ahead and fully set up for Sunday. We'll be back on Monday for Monday markups to actually dig a little deeper and where we can execute. All right. So I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, lovelies. See y'all tomorrow. Good luck trading.